Merry meet Aquarius, Aquarius sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Aquarius starting today, the 5th of September 2024. Today we are reading with the Tarot of the Master, and I've already purified with this Florida water, and you can find links to purchase each of these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. And let's see what's in the cards for you, gorgeous Aquarius. Starting out with the Hermit card. Love it. King of Wands. Love it. And Miss Thing, the Queen of Swords. Yay! Okay, good. Now, why does the Queen of Swords come up? Because something good's coming. she really couldn't. Again, all of the court cards in my style of reading represent different facets of your personality. It's nothing to do with people outside of you necessarily, other than how you deal with them. So the Queen of Swords, queens are nurturers, and she nurtures conflict. And there's no good. There's no good that she's interested in. A lot of people say, well, no, sometimes the Queen of Swords can be good. No, not really. Not in this particular method of reading. Now, if she's a significator in like Kabbalistic magic and things like that, yeah, that's completely different. That's a completely different thing. But here, she represents the nurturing of conflict for its own sake in order to reinforce the ego, and in your case, in order to try to, and she's not going to be successful, it doesn't look like, but we'll open the reading. She's trying to sabotage all of your success. And there's a lot of success that's happening right now for you. Even though you may not see it all, just because you may not be able to see the forest for the trees, Aquarius, but you're in a really good position right now in your work or career. Things are really going well for you. You've been working hard at this, right? And so what does she want to do? She wants to say, ooh, working hard, things are going well. What can I do to throw a wrench in that thing? Because that's how we've programmed our minds to self-destruct. Now, some of us are getting better and better at not succumbing to that, and that's wonderful. That's what we want to do. Remember that the only thing that the ego mind cannot withstand is our disregard of it. When we disregard it, it can't withstand that. That's the one thing it has no power over. It's the water on the Wicked Witch of the West. So she likes to be subtle. So occasionally she's not so subtle, but usually she likes to be really subtle, very sort of cunning, very sly. And she likes to do little things to occupy our minds with conflict. And it's sort of like that old image of putting the frog in the water and then slowly heating the water up before it realizes what's going on. That's her game. She created that game. So she's trying to poison your well, and you're not going to let her do it. Why? Because you've got this hermit here who knows her game better than anybody, and it has her number. And if you're listening to that inner guidance, if you're listening to that hermit, she disappears. And how do you listen to that hermit? You listen to that hermit by listening to the wisdom within you. Wisdom always shows itself in the presence of relaxation. She can't stand relaxation. That's that disregard that we were talking about. If you're relaxed, you know you're not listening to the Queen of Swords. She's nothing more than a voice. She has no power. But if you listen to the voice, then you have misused your power. You don't want to do that. You don't want to listen to the voice of conflict. What kinds of stuff does she say? Well, sometimes she'll try to be extremely sort of pedantic about it and just say, oh, what's she wearing? Or look at that hair, that kind of stuff. In and of itself, it sounds kind of innocuous, a little gossip here and there. It sounds innocuous enough, but it's not, because she's trying to start to unravel your good by doing that, by sowing the seeds of discontent and conflict. So when you notice her, regardless of whether it's really innocuous or whether it's real obvious, you don't need to engage with her. You don't have a conversation with the Queen of Swords. What you do is you recognize that it's the Queen of Swords. Because sometimes when we have a, like chatter in our minds, we just assume that we're thinking that. Don't assume that you're thinking that. Just say, oh, Queen of Swords. Yes, it's happening in your mind, but it's not you. It's your robot. It's the robot that has been created over your entire life. That robot part of your personality that is not healthy. It's not a healthy robot. And that robot can be retrained. It can be utilized by your higher mind. But the best thing that you can do right now is not do anything with the robot whatsoever. You leave that to the hermit. The hermit will tell you what to do. The hermit, that inner guide, will tell you what to do and where to go and how to be there. Your job, and luckily you're looking at the hermit, not at her. So you're in tune with this hermit. So that's why I said, I don't think that she has any power over at least most of you, because you're not listening to her. You're not listening to her. And there's really nothing she can do about that except for maybe try to get louder. Maybe try to get louder. Maybe try to get you to react and get you hooked. I don't think that's going to work for her. But let's see. Ooh, Temperance card. Definitely not working on that front. Ace of Swords. Definitely good. Oh, and King of Coins. Well, no wonder she's so pissed. You're getting all wealthy and powerful. Things are really working out for you. No wonder she's doing that. She's kind of the queen of pain. And if you're not having pain, she gets very upset. I want them to have pain. Off with their heads. All right, but she's not gonna. She's really not got. Well, she's never had power, but I really don't see you, Aquarius, listening to her. But I think knowing that she's trying to do that, just being aware of that, is going to give you even more power to disregard her. So enough about her. Let's talk about all of this amazingness that is your life right now. The Temperance card. You've gone through a healing. You've been going through a healing. Some of you have been going through a kind of a detox, in fact, and not just recently, but over a period of time. There's been a detox happening. And what that's given you is your power back. And you've got all your power back. All of it. You're very powerful. You're standing in your power. You're owning your power. Right? And one of the things she might try to do when you start owning your power is say, ooh, isn't that arrogant? No, it's not arrogant to own your power. It's not arrogant. You're not saying I have power over everyone. You're not saying I'm more powerful than everyone else. It's not a comparison. It's finding who you are and why you're here. And look at this. Right on the crown of your reading here, this Ace of Swords, that's a lot of power, and that's power over her. So any conflict, you are the master. Nothing can touch you if you remember to wield that sword. If you remember that sword is yours, and that's why you want to listen to this inner guide, this hermit, because that hermit is always going to remind you, you've got the sword of power. Nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch you. You've already gone through what you need to go through, and it's over as far as the detox is concerned. Now all you have to do is move forward and take one step at a time into your success. And your success includes, Aquarius, worldly success. And the reason why the hermit is so excited, that inner guide is so excited that you're getting this worldly success, is because it knows that you know how to handle it. A lot of people getting worldly success don't know how to handle it, and they get stuck in it. They get imprisoned by it. That's not you. That's not you at all. In fact, you're one of those reluctant warriors. You're one of those reluctant successes. You're always sort of like second guessing, well, is that too materialistic? Maybe I shouldn't be. You're always trying to do the right thing. And because of that, you're the exact right person for this worldly success, because you know how to, you're learning how to steward it rather than trying to own it all. You don't need to own it all because you are the sovereign of it. A king is an owner. Okay, so the king, it does represent ownership and mastery. But it's an owner because it's a sovereign. Not because it decided to be king, but because that king was born as a king. And you were born as a king in this regard. This is who you are. And you were born to be able to, it looks like what I want to call spiritualizing worldly power, so that you can use your wealth, you can use your power in whatever this is, your work, your business, whatever this is. You can use your power to move forward with your soul's journey. And this Hermit card knows exactly what your soul's journey is. And it knows that your soul's journey is even far beyond this worldly wealth, this worldly power that you're starting to embody. But that you need that as a stepping stone to get to where you need to be. In other words, you need certain resources, you need certain money, you need certain clout in the world in order to get the work done that you came here to do. But you didn't come here just for the clout, you didn't come here just for the money, you didn't come here for the worldly power. But in order to get where you need to go, those are stepping stones that you need to walk through. And so that's why these things are here for you. They're not an end in of themselves. They are a part of your journey. The other thing I want you to be clear about is that as a result of this, not only are you benefiting from the money and all of that, but a lot of people are benefiting because of who you are and what you're doing. A lot of people are going to benefit from you, and a lot of that benefit you'll never know about. A lot of the people that you benefit, you won't realize how you've touched them, how you've benefited them. And that's another reason for this Ace of Swords. This Ace of Swords is a lot of courage, it's a lot of power, and it's a lot of trust that the universe has in you. And that's because you've already gone through that purification process. You've already gone through that initiation process. So you're ready. You're primed and ready. And your only job right now is to keep going forward with what you're doing, and I don't think you are, but just to be aware of this Queen of Swords so that she doesn't trip you up. And I don't see that happening at all. In fact, I think that people even watching you are going to learn how not to get tripped up by her in the future on their own as well. So you're amazing. This is a wonderful reading. I can't think of a better sign right now to go through what you're going through, because I know it's been a tough couple of years for a lot of you. This is wonderful. All right, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, Aquarius. Blessed be.